Hello, I am Bentham and welcome back to Factorio Living with Biters. In the previous episode we were working on our new defensive wall. We've got round to there so far, which is a moderate amount of progress, but I think I'm going to work on speeding it up a little bit today. We've got a bunch of random wood we've ended up gathering from all the building over trees. I'm going to wander over this way. Our inventory might need a little bit of wiggling about because I'm going to make some new blueprints, and I don't want to have like 20 blueprints on me when the blueprint book has not yet been implemented. So I'm just going to get rid of all of these ones. I don't think I'm using them really. I don't think I will be using them anytime soon. We'll leave those there, and it gives us a little bit more room for some other ones. And I think that's a nice open space. I want to make sure there's not too many biters in the way so I can just work out my my structures. Then again, half the stuff is going to be already in existence on the wall, so I'll just blueprint that instead. That's probably a better way of doing it. I'm going to make two. No, we'll make three. For three sort of different aspects of the wall that are being followed. Also, I think for a moment I saw a miner stop, but it might have just had a bit of ore in front of it, or maybe I was just imagining it. The bots have finally caught up with me to get rid of all the wood. Took you long enough. Again there, it is not too urgent, we will go this way. Iron buffer doing terribly. Not good. It's all being smelted. Oh, also, someone pointed out that we haven't actually put modules into those furnaces, so I will sort that at some point. Right, here we are. I'm going to grab one of the blueprints, and it's been so long since I've used this, I sort of forgotten how. I think you just do that. So, making a double-sided stretch of wall, and then use another one down here. And get this thing. Get an end section. And then there's one more thing I want to work on, but I have to actually build this first. We haven't got anything like it quite yet. However, I don't have the equipment for it, so I'm going to go over this way. I forget where they're being made somewhere, I'm sure. Oh, they're being made right there. Up we go. If we can get through the worms. There we go. We need some turrets, so I'll just take a stack. That'll be fine, because we can set up the turrets now, as long as we make sure they don't have any ammo in them. That's absolutely fine. They can just sit there ready to be loaded as soon as we're ready. And we also, we can just craft those. I'm going to craft some requesters. We'll just make one. One is fine. I'm going to go to the end here, because we're just going to start them over here and then work our way along, I think. Actually, because I'm not 100% sure on the specifics, I'm just going to build it out here first, in this little open area. So I am using an open area in the end, but I'll be fine. Just wall off a space, which is a fair bit bigger, I think, than we need. Okay, we want turrets. Already tracking the biters, ready to go. Staring them down. Terrifying. Okay, we'll get a quester. Plonk it there. And then two fast inserters. No expense spared here. Right, and actually, oh, one more thing. We want, let's say, a medium power pole just to make sure we get the range on stuff. Wall it off. And we've got our own little mini bunker sort of situation, and we can just plonk these everywhere on every available space. So in fact, I think I might do one more. We'll just build this out in the open until I've worked out what I'm doing with it. We want 4 turrets. Having them like that will not work. What will work that's nice and small? We've got to have a 3x3 space in the middle, unless we do weird things with inserters. Something like this. And then this. Seems like a decent idea. I think there's no particular way to compress it any more than that. And then just have inserters going out into each one. Then again, just having like 2 of those combined into one is pretty much the same size, perhaps even more compact. We'll leave this one for now, we'll work it out later. But we'll put belts all around this. We'll make sure to keep the same direction as everything else, because it'll just make it easier to work with. And then this can be its own little thing that we put a lot like around the wall. I mean, we can integrate it. Like we can just plonk it along different sections. I don't know. We'll blueprint this and then start seeing how it lines up with things. There we go. And I guess we'll then just deconstruct this. I think we're inside the main construction bot range actually, so I'll wander away first and then give it to the main base to do. We can start plonking these things down in places. Annoyingly, they're all set to just show belts because oops. Okay, I thought maybe clicking that would give me options. I was wrong. And there they go with the original copy. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to rebuild it on the walls because we know what we're doing with it now. Right, we'll just put it right up against the edge, I think. Oh, he suddenly went crazy there. So well, actually, we don't want to break that really. We want it to still be a continuous wall, so we'll just do it like that. I think there's enough room here-ish. Need one more square. Oh, that's awkward. Oh, we'll just have it up to the edge of the water. It'll be fine, probably, for like 2 minutes before biters turn up and get angry about it. Some of them we might leave till the end just because it is easier. Let's make like 5 requesters. Then my own logistics bots can make use of them as I'm building. There we go. That's probably a good way around to do it. I think having the chest further back from the power is a slightly better idea than the reverse, because there's a chance it will still be in power range of something anyway. Also, we need 2 fast inserters, which we might not have in storage anywhere, so I might have to either set up production of those or something like that. We can just connect that up to the power now if we want, and nothing will happen until we actually set up the requester, which we will do at a later date. And by that time we will have switched the power off, and so on and so forth. Right, let's put in what belts we can. It's a bit of a mess now, I must admit. It's gone weird because I was a fool. But there we go. And then we'll set it up with like proper icons that we can understand, and like request a chest just to make abundantly clear what it is, if they're even. There they are. Right, can't possibly confuse what it is now. And we just start plonking this along here, though it does get messed up slightly by the fact I've already put in some belts which will block the installation of half the bits, those happening to be the most important bits. There we go. And we can start using these instead of just the basic walls. That is the plan. Though I'm gonna need to just like deconstruct a bunch of belts, I think, for it. Otherwise it's gonna be a nightmare. There's also an increased likelihood of biters getting stuck inside these, which I guess isn't the end of the world, because as long as they don't try and break out, the turrets will just annihilate them as soon as the war starts. Right, I'm just going to deconstruct the entire length of these belts because it's easier. Though the bots probably won't be happy about such a decision. Also, we're ending up with millions of belts. Actually, no, I'll keep hold of them because I will be using them. Really confused those bots for a second there. Alright. Continue onwards. Oh, there's one biter that's in the way. Also, because the other bots are taking a while to arrive, biters are just wandering in and out as they please. We'll want to readjust the positions of the gaps for this to make a bit more sense. I think we'll put another one in here, or have it. No, we'll have a gap here, like so. Bring this one down, send it along. Once we get to the new spaces where we're not having to constantly deconstruct and reconstruct everything, they should speed up a little bit. Another 3 perhaps. Now we'll have another 2 here. Clear this away. Belt this up. We might get a blueprint for an end of this as well. Might be a good idea. Oh, that's going to be in the way now. We'll quickly hop it down. Nobody noticed anything, maybe. Where's the blueprint? Staying in my hotbar in a clever place, which I wouldn't think of. Alright, we can speed up a bit with this bit. Just get this whole section done in one go. At least the trees are automatically cleared by the bots. And there's plenty of space along here as well, so this should make a much more solid defense. And seeing as we have the space here, we should definitely be doing that. It's going to become more of an issue around the more cramped parts of the bases. So I'm going to need to deconstruct this whole length of stuff again. There we go. Millions of belts. Well, we might not be able to fit this on here properly because of the... Oh no, there's enough room. There we go. There we go. We'll leave a gap here. And the gaps can still be useful when we actually have this all operational, because we can use it to get in and out of the defensive wall, because we're going to need to go out and attack some bases, I imagine, to just keep control of the situation. We'll have to make sure to push the biter bases beyond immediate range of all our defenses. Ooh, is he going to get trapped? There's a decent chance. Oh no, he's escaped. Looks like he's okay. Next one along, and this is a very good place for a gap, because otherwise we can't fit this in. Actually, there's still mostly enough room, but I'm having gaps every other one anyway. I am going to set up a blueprint for this. It will make it much quicker. Millions of blueprints. Wait, no, not quite. We'll do it like that. And some other sort of symbol for it. Multiple walls. We'll do it like that. That's some sort of sign of what it does. Now we could just plonk that on there. And of course this is the case where it doesn't work like that because the roboport is in the way. So we'll clear that away again. And just have a normal stretcher belt, which I can also put in. There we go, look at that. This is great. Okay, here. Keeps rotating itself. Oh, actually, it's because when you rotate a blueprint, it rotates all the blueprints you have in your inventory, which is quite awkward and confusing, really. Got a bit of a gap here. There's going to be some defects in the wall now, because it's not all perfect. Oh, and immediately there's a biter not happy about this new sort of design. We'll have this as quite an open section for the moment, and we'll hopefully remember to fix it up before all hell breaks loose. Continuing on. Oh, and there's no... I'm seeing the lack of fast inserters and requested chests. I will try and remedy the situation. In fact, once I've crafted some, I'll put them in my trash lots, which means they'll be opened up to the wider logistics network to be used as needed. Where's it gone? Have I put it in? I put it in the main inventory. Too many things. Trash some more of them. Continue onwards. And we're up to the end of what we managed to get so far. Before we were a bit indecisive about what direction we should go in. I think the answer is probably all of them. Just have a wall in every sort of place it looks convenient to have a wall. I'm going to break this bit here. We can use our new boundary blueprint. Then this one. I put it on backwards. Fine, it's not going to make a difference much. There we go. We're getting to some speed now. If it wasn't for the horrible rotating, I should have tried to make it so that both blueprints were orientated the correct way. But that's fine. And then maybe turn a corner here, but also like up here. This is an area where we can have a lot of defenses, which is good because this is the core of the base. And we're going to have enough trouble with this thing here being an absolute nightmare. I'm being delivered everything. Also, I need to dump a bunch of requesters. Let's just dump them all. I've still got like 5 of them there. And they're all being stolen, though. I don't know, like, whether they're being taken to the... Oh, wow. Look at all the bots going. This is crazy. This is, like, full pelt for the bots here. I'm just calmly making my way along, plonking down blueprints, but that means massive work. All 500 logistics bots are operational. And a little under half of the construction bots are going. I was going to say, like, they're having a whale of a time, but I was like, actually, do they like this? I have no idea. They are sort of working. They probably prefer not to work. But who knows? We'll dump a bunch more fast inserters. Oh, we've got to crafting individual circuits. That's not going to do. We'll let the bots redeliver us the stuff first. Right, we'll have like a thin wall along there, I guess. Have some sort of corner section going on here. We can do something interesting with that. We'll do a custom design. And wall it off like so. We could blueprint this, but I'm probably not going to use it again. Or I'll use it like once. Requester. Fast inserters. And wherever it is. Have I used them up? I probably have used up all my medium power poles now. They are also not mass produced on the base. I should have thought this through a bit more. There's so many things I'm telling the logistics system to make use of that I haven't actually given them in the first place. Annoyingly, like, the individual sections connect to each other, but they don't interconnect. I could perhaps come up with a variant that uses long-range poles. Or maybe just substations. We'll get this in place. Maybe I should just make that a square, because having the little indent in the middle is only going to make things worse. We'll leave it for now. It looks cooler that way. We'll start going in this direction. This belt is now massively in the way, but with the use of an underground belt, it should not cause us too much trouble. Okay, we'll use... Again, I'm putting blueprints in my main inventory. It's a bad idea. I've got this random individual fast belt we don't need. Bit too much coal. Oh, because I was about to say, how did I get more coal? But I literally just broke a belt with coal on it. Random stuff. I've been told that there's many things I could be clearing out of my inventory, and I'm aware, but you never know when they might come in useful or something. That's my excuse. Continue this way. I don't know how far we can continue this. I'm going to have a third one here, just because after this I can't put one in properly. It all becomes a bit of a mess here. I'm just going to do the end section manually, because it's not going to be a complete one. And we're going to put in a normal belt. Not normal belts, normal wall. From this point, there's enough room there, so we'll line it up and do that. Then, for the moment, we'll just do that, because it's easier than actually dealing with it. And we can actually just put that bit there without too much trouble. Switch back to the bigger blueprint. Extend this along a little bit more, and then we come to some sort of corner point, which I think we'll go here with. That seems like a good idea. And then onwards in this direction. I can't see because it's dark. But that is a pretty clear space to go through. That looks good, and we'll keep the rubber port inside the range. That is a good idea. We'll do it like so. Up to somewhere around there. I'm not sure where exactly the space is. Here. Run it along. Oop. Without highlighting random things and confusing me. It runs along here. Lines up right with this gap here. Perfect. What isn't perfect is that long-range power pole there, but we will sort that. Here. Along. To here. Here. Oh, it's beautiful. So yes, let's talk plans of action. Because there's some discussion and occasionally some confusion about how exactly this is going to work. Some people are suggesting, like, why don't I engage the bases one at a time? Which is a pretty good idea, because like this one here, this is pretty isolated. You could take this one out in one go, potentially without bothering others, but the problem is the risk of it, I think, because like let's take this spider here. Where is he from? Is he from that base or that base or that base? I don't know, and I'm worried that there's just too much overlap, and that if we aggroed one base, the biters would run in and we'd like catch. We'd be trying to clear them all out. We'd catch one of the ones on the edge that's from a different base. It would aggro that one, and the cycle would sort of continue, and we'd end up aggroing more and more bases as we tried to sort of control the problem. And my worry is that we would end up, like, whatever, like, amount of the base we didn't, like, set up and what amount of the base we did, the amount of the base we did set up would aggro biters and send them to the like undefended section. And yeah, I'm concerned that, like, I mean, some cases might work. Like this one might be okay, but then there's a couple of biters around here. They're from both of these, so then we'd have to deal with this one. And then that one, oh god, is just this continuous mess, like, filling this whole area. And stuff like that. A couple of attacks going on around there. Hopefully the bots can keep on top of it. That was the reason that I've got so many gaps, because even with the gaps we're still having biters just trying to blast through different sections. Because they just don't like the look of them, or whatever. Right, this I think can move up to here. That is fine. Biters might get angry at that corner there, but I think there was a corner before that they weren't bothering about too much. We'll continue on this way. And it's going to get a bit messy in there. That's going to be a bit of an... Oh wow, it's... we are over time. It's like the first time in the episode I've checked the clock, thinking we're like 15 minutes in. But we're already at the end, so... That's pretty good. We've managed to completely redesign this whole section. And continue it up to here. We've got into a bit of a rhythm of sort of building it. Next episode we're going to have to start worrying about how we set up a wall when there is just literally no space. And trying to, like, integrate our current walls into this new wall and stuff like that, and trying to fit bots in. And also I've been forgetting to put in the turrets. I stopped there and then just carried on like this, but we'll sort that out in the next episode. So with that I shall say goodbye, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.